Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning. Uh, I think everyone are out of from your beds, right? Good morning once again. ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಪಕ್ಕಕ್ಕಿಟ್ಟು ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Good morning. How many of you are still sleeping on bed? Get up first. ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಪಕ್ಕಕ್ಕಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಪಾಠ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? Get up. Okay. Now, yeah, we'll start a lesson now. Um, Back here with the lesson. In a last class, I've given an introduction to the mobile sorry mobile application development. So I have told you that what is the importance of that particular subject in your career and how a mobile application development is very important for you. So then we have discussed the syllabus also, and in syllabus we have discussed what are the course outcomes and finally what you are going to learn. So that we had discussed in a last class. Now we'll see the module 1 and we'll enter into the module 1. As I have told you that there are two textbooks in this particular for this particular subject, and from first textbook module 1 will be there as in a chapter 1 and chapter 4. So that I have told you in our last class also. Now coming to the first module. So I'll share the PPT now. One minute. Yeah. Yeah, back here with again the subject, as I told you, that mobile application development. We'll go through the syllabus once again. So this is one of the subject for on a second sem where you are developing and you will see how to develop and leveraging user interface apps now which is of the trend today, as in a smartphone is a part and parcel of my life. So we are using this particular smartphones for a different purposes or different functionings, not only for the calls purpose and sending in a message. So we are doing all other works using an internet. So based on that, these are the outcomes which will be there. That is develop effective user interfaces that leverage evolving mobile devices. So this is one of the first CO, that is will go according to the user and you are going to develop the things. So yesterday we have discussed all this particular. Just a minute. This is a problem with the students, man. At the time, everyone should log in. Each time I should come back and I should admit you people, it will become more difficult, right? At that time, you have to come and you have to join. This will become more disturbance. Yeah, the first unit here is preliminary considerations, understanding the mobile applications. So there are two parts. So one part is from a chapter considerations, and another part is from chapter 4, that is understanding the mobile applications. So in preliminary conditions, what are the things which we are going to learn from this particular chapter? So the goal of the lecturing is what you are going to learn in this particular chapter is the first one is reasons to build a mobile app. So why we should build a mobile app? What is the reasons? Why we should go from web application to the mobile app applications. Then costs of developing a mobile app. Whenever you are doing any project, especially when you are in a companies and all, so the first thing plays a very important role is once you have planned for a project and all, so you will go for a cost estimations. So how much cost will be there to develop this particular mobile app? Either it will be sustainable to develop this particular mobile app or not, then how much it is useful after deploying that particular mobile app. So these things we are going to see in this particular thing. Then importance of developing a strategy. Means we'll plan first. So how the screen should be there, means how a mobile app should be there, what are the reasons to develop this particular mobile app, and for whom we are developing this mobile app, and what type of users will be there, and what is the behavior of that particular users, what is the learning level of that particular users, and how we are going to develop this particular based on that, if we develop this particular mobile app, then how a links from one page to another screen, or one screen to another screen we should give, how fast the user can understand our particular app, and then how long he can do the things. Coming to the next thing is difficulties in mobile app development. It's not so easy like that. What I'm saying, just if you learn one particular language and go and develop a mobile app, lot of the base work you have to do and survey work you have to do whenever you are developing in a mobile apps. So coming to the next thing is the important myths of mobile application development. So this is very much important. Well, the myths means the steps. What are the important steps you should follow when you are developing a mobile app? Then what are the third-party mobile frames are there, and how we are going to use that mobile apps. So these are the important things which you are going to learn from the chapters. Just 1 minute, I'll admit the student. Yeah. So coming back here, so this is a goal of the lecturing of the first particular thing. Then outline. What are the contents will be there in this particular PPT or on a model? First one is a cost of development, and second one is importance of mobile strategies in the business world. Then effective use of screen real estate, understanding the mobile application users, understanding the mobile information design, and understanding the mobile platforms, using the tools of the mobile interface designs. So these are the contents which we are going to discuss in this particular thing. Coming to the first one, the cost of a development. Now, each developer will need a hardware and software to develop an applications on. So now what, as a developer, what you need first to develop this particular mobile apps? First thing is you need a system, you need an hardware. So which type of system you need, and what should be a RAM capacity, and what should be a system capacity to install that particular IDEs or whatever things are there, and what are the other things you may need in this particular thing. So we'll discuss that. Means what are the hardware essentials? Especially, I will tell you like this: we need an hardware special things as you need, especially in a laptop of either a Mac or an Windows version, and minimum of 4 GB RAM is needed whenever you are developing a mobile developing an app. So this you have to keep in mind. Coming to the next is in a software, what you need. So different IDEs are there in a market. Especially we are going to use the relevant IDE for that, and then we'll start developing a program. And either you may develop with Kotlin, or either may you can develop using an Java. So usually, so you have learned Java. We'll go with an Java development. So in your syllabus also, it's based on a Java. So like this, we are going to use a software. Either we are using an open source softwares or not. So what will be the cost of that particular hardware and the software? For example, if I tell you like this Mac. Software, you may need an operating system. So in that, if you want an Windows and all, you are going to use an virtual box, and then within that you have to install a Windows. And what will be the cost of that operating system? You must think. So you may think, sir, I'm having a cracker version, I will have that cracker version, and I will keep on using this particular. But it's not relevant with any companies and all. When you go with any companies and all, they will go with an enterprise editions to develop a fully fledged mobile apps. Then what will be the cost of that particular hardware and software? That estimations will be done. The team will need devices to test the software on. What is the next step? Okay, once I have developed the app, so for a testing you need some devices. What are the devices? You may need a smartphone, smartwatches. Whether you have did an app for a smartwatch, as in just for a sake, I'm telling, not only for mobiles we are doing, and for any other Android based or any mobile operating system based devices you may use for that. Means we need the devices to test whether it is working correctly or not. Whatever you may do with a virtual thing, means there will be a virtual mobile thing will be there where you can check your app and how it's working and all you can check. But after that, how it is working on a device, that compulsorily you should check. So for that, what devices you may need. So that also you have to take into the considerations. To deploy your applications to any public market, then your company will need accounts on the various markets. This is very much important. So what actually this, when after doing my app, testing my app, what I will do, I will go for a market. What is this public market? Where I should put my particular app? Either I should go for a Google Play Store, either I should go for an iOS app stores. Either MI app stores I should go. It depends. It depends. So I need to go for all these things, and I will place my app there. Then what are the accounts you should be maintained in a market? So what means then what will be the feedback of that particular customers? Then how the relevantly the customers are using your app? How many ticks are there? Means how many persons are opened your app, installed your app, and all. For this particular things and all, you may need various markets to place your app and to go to an public. So this will also make a cost. Google will not tell easily that okay, freely I will give a space in my particular Google App Store. Come and put your app. No. If it comes with a commercial concept and all, your app you have developed, then automatically you should pay some thing in for a Google. Then they will put that particular app in a market, means their particular app store. Then automatically the customers will use. For any customers, for example, I will tell you, assume one ABC company is there and ABC company has developed one particular app. Then they have tell we are having so and so app. Usually when I want to install an app, what I will do, either I will go for a Google store, if mine is an Android phone and all, I'll go for a Google store. Other any stores is in mine is my device, then I'll go for my app store. Like that, different app stores. If you are using an iPhone, then you'll go for their iOS app, means Apple App Store will be there. So these are the companies where they will take some money to put your app in that particular store. and some charges will be there. Either it will be on a yearly basis, something like that. Some agreement will be there with you and that particular store fellows. Then what is the cost will be there for that particular app to put deploy. So this is a one particular thing where company will also see into the matter, and how much users are using it, either it is worth of paying this much, and how much the benefits we are coming from that particular app, that will also be taken into the considerations. Coming to the next thing, hardware. So we'll go in depth with an hardware, and you may see to develop a good mobile apps, you will need an Intel based Mac device. So usually Mac device is good. Intel based any devices, for example, you can use a Mac. Where both you can do the Android apps as well as you can do the iOS apps as if they're only in that particular system. That's why preferably they will go for on a Mac. But if you are developing only an Android apps, then your Windows based any system, Intel system is enough. So this is a thing which is relevant with that one. Usually, what the developers will prefer, especially those who are doing on a mobile apps and all, they will prefer on a Mac systems. Why? Because both they can install Windows as well as they can use a Mac OS to develop an iOS based apps. So Intel versions of Mac is that you can run Windows, really you can run on that. So for to run a Windows, what you need a VMware Fusion also you can use, or virtual box also you can use. VMware virtual box is also there. Both the things you can use. And on the base metal, using a Apple's boot camp you can use to install but particular Windows. Two ways you can install: using a boot camp you can install, and all the cost between it will be there to install that particular Windows and all will be $800 to $1,600. So you can imagine in our rupees how much cost it will be there. 800 into almost all 72 rupees it will be there. In addition to Mac, you also need multiple monitors. So either you may need a monitors, or you may need even some mobile devices also to test your particular app, or to install your particular app. And that monitors, how you are going to consider which type of monitors you need. So that will also makes a cost effect in a hardware. So when developing, once you start developing the things, as I told you that the emulator, you will going to use simulator running in one particular monitor. Usually emulator will be there. What is this emulator? A mobile like a virtual device which will be there, which will have all the features of your particular mobile. So that you are going to use and you will check there. And then another one is the developing tools, that is IDE running on another monitor. So like this, usually when in companies and all, emulator will be placed in one particular monitor, and then you will go with this particular thing, means IDE will be there in another. You will keep on coding and you will see the changes how it is going to there. A web browser on another with the documentation for the platform for which developing, having access to all this information, and once prevents the context switching of a developer and helps maintaining a focus. So what another thing you need? You need a browser also. What a browser? Why a browser you need? What are the documentation you want to do as a platform based, and what documentation you needed to develop that particular app? So how you are going to store that particular things in a cloud and all. So based on that, you need that related information, whatever the context you are going to store, where you are storing, either you are storing in a server, that cloud based server, or either you are storing in that particular mobile itself, how you are interacting with the customer as a company fellow from your far place. So that this for this all these things you may need another server based system as a cloud. So for that also you have to put on a cost. So this is another one thing which you have to take into the consideration. Now Coming to the devices, you can use to test the various platforms as well as specific variations. What devices you may need? Yes, my app is ready now. Now I have to test that particular thing. So, what app you are doing? For example, Blackberry is there from 6 or 7. Blackberry Bold 9900. You may need to test that particular thing. Any Android, see Android tablet or Friday on Apple iPod Touch like this, Apple iPhone versions 3 to 4x you may need or greater than a 4, and finally the iPod with the camera. These are all. I think what I should say this, whatever hardware I have displayed in mobiles, I have displayed these are older versions. Now newer versions, if you are going to do, for example, I will tell you, Android almost all 3.0 version is not at all there now. We'll do for a base Android sets, if you consider now, means almost all 4.0 it is there. So which of an jelly fish greater than that version. So you're going to use now almost all we are at Android 5, Android 6, 7 we are going to use. So that you should have in a focus what type of devices you may need. So these devices will also play a role. Don't think like that. Well, I'm doing a small app. My device is enough for that to check and all. When you are doing a company project and all, how a multiple devices you're going to connect and how the interaction will be done and all. So that thing should be also be paid by a company. So that is another one cost requirements. When developing a mobile applications, there are few overlaps when it comes to the software. Now coming to the software, you can see to develop for iOS, definitely you need a Mac, and for BlackBerry you need a Windows or Java based any frameworks you need, that is Eclipse like that. And phone app HTML first, you, means your app should be based on both as a web version as an app version, both you need and all. So definitely you may go with an HTML. Any framework text editors you are going to use. Notepad plus plus, usually in a Windows we are going to use to do or to type in Java code and all. So this is one way, but actually you will do in our syllabus and all, you are going to do using an Android Studio. Here you may do a coding in two ways. What is this? Just I will tell you. First we'll take an Android. We'll talk about iOS and BlackBerry later. Don't worry about that. Now concentrate on Android. How to develop an Android app? There's an objective for us. For an Android app, either you can do in a two ways. What is this two ways? First, I will go for an SDK of an Java and entire with the packages what is needed for an mobile app development. Everything I will download. So the emulator version also I will download. I will use a Eclipse using a Notepad plus plus as an editor. Then I can do the coding. This is the one way of the doing. What is the another way? Android Studio is there now. Means when this version of a book came, they are in that particular stage. But now we are having an Android Studio. Android Studio 3.0 is the latest version to develop an app. So you can take that. Means you have to install that particular studio, and you automatically it will ask for an SDK, means Java. So automatically it will tell if your system doesn't have an Java, then automatically it will ask you, can I install the package of an Java, SDK, everything. So almost all it will be installed. Once your Android Studio is ready, it will provide you emulator, it will provide you the screen to type on a code, everything. There only you can test everything. All these things, whatever individual things will be there, like Eclipse is a separate IDE, packages you have to install again, and path you have to set between Eclipse and that Android packages. And Notepad plus plus is entirely individual editor, means you can type any code in that in Python like that, anything. So it will make some confusion. But Android Studio, whatever is there, it will have overall the environment to develop on a mobile app. So and almost all components you can take drag and drop in a design view, and later on if you go for a code view, automatically a code space will be there, and you can type your logic whatever you need for that particular component. So it is somewhat easy comparative in doing with an Eclipse notepad individually. Why? Because there that drag and drop options is not there. For that, you may need another package to install, and all setting a path. It will become a problem. So because of that, in our classes also, we'll go with an Android Studio. Coming to the next thing, why is mobile development difficult? So this you should take into the consideration always why it is difficult. UI design patterns of the mobile devices is entirely a different concept. What is this user interface? Comparatively, when you are doing an web development and all, so that is different from your mobile devices. Then how the mobile devices, what will be the first 7-inch screen will be there, almost all 5 to 7-inch screen, maximum 10-inch screen will be there in that particular thing. How layout you can fix so for that. So how many components you can put in that minimum screen. This is very much important. For example, comparative to in a website you can put many pictures and many components like that, and you can give a lot of information to the user or your customer. But same information. Why? Because same thing you have to give to the customer in a mobile also. The same information you have to give here. Then your design patterns and your user interface design patterns will change definitely. 100% it will change. Icon based you are going to use here, picture based you may going to use here. Then what should be the size of that picture, what should be the size of that icon, how information I can fill into that. Either paragraphs like information I can't put. User, if I tell some 10 screens are there to use my app, or or some 15 screens are there to use my app, nobody will use. He will become bored, a customer, and he will tell this app is not good. While starting from an installation stage and starting from using our app, so how user friendly you can do this particular app, so that is a more difficulty here you are going to face. Anybody can do the coding, that's not a matter. That's why I will tell you always, whenever you are doing a project or whenever you are doing an app, first take a pencil and write a layout, and what are the components you need. Write a layout of 7-inch or a 10-inch, and in that you write a components how many you need. Either that components will fit, for example, label and fields. How many, either 10 fields it will fit. So why 10 fields you need? Why can't you do in only 6 fields? 6 fields. Why can't you do in a 10 fields? So this is the one particular thing which you have to consider. In later classes and all, I will tell you how many types of screens are there, which screen is preferable to your app, and what components you can place in that particular thing. In depth you can see there. Now, adoption of a standard screen resolutions by device providers. So this is one particular thing. Adoption of standard screen resolutions by device provider. Major issue which you should consider. That you have to fit your app to the mobile manufacturer's standard screen, either 7-inch or a 10-inch. Maximum 7 to 10. It's 7-inch, preferably. The 7-inch screens will be 7.5, 5.5 screen inch, 7-inch screens will be more. So standard screenage what will be there. So you have to take that and you have to fix your particular screen resolutions. For that resolution will play a very much important role. What is this resolutions? Either what colors I should use in that. If I use any more resolution colors and all, or if resolution is very less and all, again it will become a problem. How attractable my app to the user. So what size of a text field should be there, and what size of a label should be there. Everything based on a resolution of that manufacturer of a mobile person, that screen, you have to fix your app. So that is another one difficulty which you are going to face when you are developing an mobile app. The paradigms of design and functionality differ between it and types of development. 100% paradigms always see what we should see. For example, for my functionalities, I need so and so things. All this particular functionalities, either I can fit into my particular app or not. So to fit this all the functionalities, what design paradigms I should use means design patterns I should use or design principles I should follow. Either this type of design thing is, for example, I will tell you, mine is on a GPS based app and always I will track the locations and all. Then my layout should be a different layout rather than ordinary app. So there, almost all, for example, I will tell you the differences here. Right now, when you take a mobile, I will go with just mobile. I think you can see everyone here. Observe here. I will take one app. Just a minute. Consider any app here. Uh, yeah, weather is there. 1 minute. Um, Yeah, 1 mg. I will take this particular app. This is a pharmaceutical based app which is there here. Planned to design this particular the entire screen they have divided into some 4 frames, and you can see the first frame will have a contents more or less which you can show, and next advertisements is there based on different some medicines and all. So how a COVID session will be there, and below how it's scrolling, you can see how it is scrolling the advertisements one by one. Automatically it's scrolling. See how a designer has did that, why this scrolling is needed here. You may think on that particular thing. See how a screen, this screen we have see this is fixed here, and this screen how it is going up like this. So scrolling screen they have used here, everything is there here, right, right, right. Now this is one type of an layout. So they have planned for this particular layout. Another apps what will be there means if you go for another apps and all, the scrolling screens will not be there. So what they have to do, you should go for a next screen means this type of scrolling will be there. Means left to right or right to left scrolling will be, usually it will be there. But here you can see like this it is there. So here they have planned. They feel like that for a customer, I can give a lot of information in a scrolling screens. So this is another one app which you can see. Next, you observe here. I'll go for another app. Just a minute. Now, Google Maps. I think everyone you know, right? Just I'll go with the Google Maps. Here you see the Google Maps. Now this is a not just 1 minute. Now this is a GPS based app. Here I'm always with a location, and what actually why I will customer will use on a Google app. You will use in this particular Google Map app just to travel from one place to another place, or to track one particular place, or to know about one particular place and all. Your map will place a very important thing. But this layout is a different layout. This view of a layout you observe here, your map plays a very much important role, and the live location tracking in this particular map, you can see this particular dot means we're showing the live location and important places surrounding at this particular location. Also, it's showing with sorry, within a path. Now this app is entirely different when you compare with an a 1 mg, right? So in this way, the paradigms or design patterns will change based on a functionalities what you are going to use. Then what makes a great app different from a good app? Always see this question is very interesting question. Tell me what is great app and what is good app? Anybody? Anybody? What is great app and what is good app? Answer? Answer?
Also, great app would be which has a great means a good user interface plus its utility also has been
Mhm,
utility has been well shown with a
mhm,
good good interface user interface. That would be a great app.
mhm. Good app. Uh, what about good app?
So good app, I guess,
Hmm,
just the basic functionality would be fine without a
hmm.
user interface.
Yeah, very good. See now, I'll tell you what makes a great app different from an good app. What is a good app? First, I have developed a good app. All my basic needs, whatever we will develop, no, in our stage now as a students. As own developers and all will do a good apps, not a great apps. Great app always is different from a good app. Good app will go with always basic functionalities, but great app will go with covering almost all the utility functionalities, connecting to other people and making them to use this particular concepts and all. Means what I can say like this, even third parties you can take into the consideration. For example, I can say 1 mg I have shown, right? So this 1 mg, whatever is there, this is I can say myself, it's a great app. Why? Because if I develop as a student and as a tutor to you, and if we go with the development of that using an iPhone, we may not go with that type of an app. Why? Because while the companies when they are doing an apps and in a teamwork they are doing and starting from different basics analysis stage, means designer stage, architecture stage, to the group leader or a group manager, group leader, and developers like that, and testers, different things. Then you observe that particular application. In that, how smart they are. Even they are going for an advertisement, they are earning money from that pharmaceutical companies what they are going to advertisement. And one their main concept is when you see that particular app here, you see when you see the particular app, the main see this is another one advertisement. This is another one advertisement which is coming. When I'll open an app, always first it will come get 15% off plus 20% cashback on the first medicine order. Some advertisement it has been came. Then I am not interested. I'll close it. Now I will tell you entire main content of this particular app is only these small icons, only this one. I will tell you 100%. See, medicines. Medicines is there. When I will click on this medicines, then I will go with the different medicines. Then I have to search here what medicine I want or what a tablet I want. If I tell the paracetamol tablet, means if I type different types of paracetamol tablets or come names of that, it will be shown to me about a medicines. It is there. Now I'll back. You see. Now this is a home screen. How they have designed. How they will earn the money, means what's a great app and a good app. Always what we will concentrate, if I give this type of a project to you, what you will do, you will make a screen and you will tell medicines one particular label or a button with icon, and safe lab test is one icon, like that you will do. And if you will click on there, you will go. Usually when we will do a good apps like that. But here, how beautiful they are. They have divided entire screen into the frames, and now different frames. One frame they have used for their purpose. This is a purpose which they have used. But you see the below frames, whatever is there. Now this particular frame again for advertisement or about an COVID. Now this is season for them in a business, whatever is there. So that, and then you can see the below the advertising frame is there. So now here, not only one screen is there, they are very smart that even though this much 7-inch mobile, they have split it that. And as a user, a customer, I can see really, and I can read the things also. And each frame means photo, you can see here how beautiful it is. So it's keep on rolling. How many advertisements are there here? You count. See one, two, right? Two, right? Three, four, this is the fourth one, and this is the fifth one, right? And this is the sixth one, seventh, right? Right? And this is the eighth one, this is the ninth one. Not only from the user, from the other companies also he is getting money. That is through the advertisements. Now you see, order quickly with prescription. This is another one option they have given. What is this? You can upload your prescription and you can order. No need to go with and I'm not educated fellow. Assume just for a sake, I will tell you. I don't know the tablet name. I can't understand that doctor what he has written. Just for a sake, I'm telling. As a customer, I can't write that, read that particular what doctor has written. I'm really very dull about means I don't know anything illiterate about that particular medicine language. Then observe carefully. You can upload the prescription. This is very damn important thing. Once if you upload that, it's a picture. Keep in your mind, it's a picture. So once if you upload that, from that picture they will extract the text. So what background code they are going to do for that? And then here option is there to upload. Once if you upload that prescription, automatically the tablets, whatever the according to the prescription, it will tell so and so tablets the doctor has given. Can you order that? I will show you that. If any prescription tomorrow I will take and I will show you that. See, this upload button is there. Just if you click on that particular upload button, observe carefully, attach prescriptions here, whatever attachment you are going to do, then continue. Once if your camera you can use, gallery you can use, means my prescriptions you can use. I'll use a camera here, right? See, camera is open. Just I will click on that particular thing. Then I will go here. Prescription is done. There. I'll click on that and I will tell continue. Once I will continue, then automatically it will take the things like this. See how beautifully this is a great app. I will tell you 100% this is a great app. How smart they are and how they are making the money from this particular things. So this is a one important concept you must know. Now you got an idea that mobile development is not like, sir, I know the coding, I know everything. I'm very good in Java and I'm very good in, I know about Android packages and all. Sir, ನಾನು 1 hour ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಆಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಒಂದ್ ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಆಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ, ಏ ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್, ಏ ಆಪ್ ಕೊಡಿಲ್ಲ ಪಟ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಪ್ಸ್ they will do. I'll agree. All good apps they will do. But great app if you want to do, the base work is very, very much important rather than your excellency in a code. That's not a matter. Anybody can learn within 15 to 20 days any code. They can also do the apps. Even you may know that many advertisements are there in a TV and all, and they will tell your son so small, he has did a app, Junior something that what is that company? App Development Learning. Anybody knows that? Junior Hat something is there, no?
White
Uh-huh.
Hat Junior.
White
Yeah,
hat
something
junior.
like that. Yeah. So many advertisements will be there, and every parents they will tell. Even myself, I have told my son when I opened it. No, almost all small apps they will prefer, and but. You may see, sir, app development, ಏಳನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಹುಡುಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ನಂಗೂ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್. It means what is the difference between him and me? You are there in a different way. You can think in a different way. How you are developing, how much your app is making 100%, giving 100% all functionalities and 100% satisfaction to the customer. That's a great app. Great apps will be developed by authorized developers only. Otherwise, no. The companies would have taken all that sixth standard and seventh standard students. Why can't they are offering jobs to them? No one will offer. Why? Because anybody can do the apps, but no one means only somebody will do the great apps. Then you decide whether you want to do a great app, whether you want to do a good app. That should be there in your mind. Mobile development, if you feel it's easy, anybody can do small apps. But doing great app is a challenge. Always you are going to place. Coming to the next, mobile development today at this particular stage. There are really four major development targets are there. Each of the native frameworks comes with certain expectations and a user base. Always. So what for I should do the mobile app? For which mobiles I am going to do? There are in a market always, there are four types of mobiles means will have different operating systems. One is an iOS, and another one is an Android framework, and another one is a Blackberry device framework, Windows Phone 7. So for this particular using this, you have to do in a mobile apps. Now, when I will use Android Studio, all Android apps means Android framework mobiles can use that particular thing. So when I will use iOS means MacBook, I will use, and using a MacBook, I will develop some apps. There directly you can do the coding in a MacBook. That very clearly I'll tell you when we are going with an iOS. No separate frames you have to install and all. There directly packages will be there, and you can do an app. And BlackBerry device framework, for this you have to pay and you have to install this particular frameworks, and you have to do Windows Phone 7. That's another one type of an frame which will be there. So using you are doing for these devices, and you have to think how which is the more relevant for us to do the things. Almost all market is covered by iOS, and 10 to 15%, almost all to say Windows Phone 7 is there now at present at situation, whatever is there. Almost all 70, I can say 60% of the market is covered by Android frame, and almost all some 25% to 30% is covered by iOS in our side. In our side of market only I'm talking. But when you take the entire world, almost all 40% they are taking, means I can say iOS 35 to 40% iOS will take, and Android will take almost all some 65 to 70%. So that you have to keep in your mind as a developer for mobile development today. Coming to the iOS now, iOS, the technology that is run on Apple mobile devices has benefits and limitations specific to its development cycle. Then the basic language is used is Objective-C. It will be inbuilt with Touch as an interface layer, and this time iOS can be developed only using Apple's Xcode. I will tell you this is the Xcode edit IDE or interface which will be there. It will be always, means when you go with a MacBooks, automatically it will be there. Apple's Xcode will be there, which can run only on a Macintosh, that is your MacBooks. So using that particular thing, using Objective-C and inbuilt packages will be there. Interface layer is Cocoa, so that will be there. You can develop an iOS-based apps. Coming to next, Android framework. Android framework is written in Java. That you have to keep in your mind. Java can be developed using any Java tools. You can use any Java tools, and you can develop a particular app here. The specific tooling recommended by Google. Android community is Eclipse with Android toolkit. In this textbook, they are always, means this textbook version is like that. They have used Eclipse with Android toolkit, but you can install Android Studio also. That's also a Google component. You can install Android Studio, and you can do the coding. It can be installed on PC, Mac, or Linux. Any you can even on a Mac. You can work on PC. You can work on Linux. You can work. Why? Because it's an open source software and a free software where you can download and you can work. Even Android Studio you can download. I will tell you how to install and don't worry about that. Coming to the next, Blackberry device framework. It is also written in Java. It is limited in that the emulator and distribution tools run only on Windows. BlackBerry is often used in education and government. Only almost all education and government persons they are using BlackBerry devices. So this framework will have emulator and distribution tools which can run on a Windows. And Windows Phone 7. Windows Phone 7 framework sits on top of the Microsoft .NET framework. Underline that. .NET framework. So you must know C hash. The language of choice is C hash. Framework lies in a subset of Silverlight Microsoft's multi-platform web technology. It also has the limitations that the Microsoft Windows Phone tools runs only on Windows. That is, whichever phones they are using Windows Phone 7 operating system, for that if you want to do an apps and all, then this platform or a framework is needed for you. These are the requirements which is needed to develop a particular app. Coming to the mites, we'll discuss in the next class. For mites, we need more time. Each mite, I will tell you what's the importance of that mite, and that mites you have to keep in your mind, fix always. Any doubt in this class, really you can ask me. Any doubt is there? Open for queries now. Just I'll stop the sharing. Yeah, now it's open for discussion. Any queries? Navya, any query? Yeah, Navya? No. Sugandhini? Yeah, you can ask Sugandhini. You raise the hand, right? Sugandhini?
No, sir, I didn't raise the hand.
Okay, ma. Okay. Any others? Anybody having a doubt?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Rupak.
So for
Hmm.
do we have to still develop applications for BlackBerry
Hmm.
and Windows phones? Means
Hmm.
like
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
during this time,
Hmm. See,
because it's
this particular, yeah, I know what you were asking the question. Still, our app should be means we should develop an app which will support to the BlackBerry and Phone 7. According to me, any commercial apps are there not needed. But for example, I will tell you, assume that one any police they will give you one particular project, and almost all police they are using BlackBerry. In our Bangalore also, you can see with in their hands they are having a BlackBerry. For example, traffic, any rules breaking is there, a vehicle, any previous complaints, means any violations of rules is there and all. Definitely, if you are developing an app for police devices, means for a police purpose and all, if they are using a BlackBerry phones, definitely you should go with a BlackBerry framework only. Correct, no? So assume your company will get a contract from police for 10 crores or 20 crores, one contract they will give. Definitely, if you are there in that particular company, means you should know about a BlackBerry framework. Got it, Rupak?
yes, yes.
Mm. I think Kishan, some text messages I got. Where is that? Kishan, something asked. Sir, any application to learn? Yeah, Android Studio you should learn. I will make you to learn that. Vishnu, Sri Vishnu has asked that. Yes, Vishnu, you should learn that application. In Udemy, you can join for a course. I told you, no, 455 offer is there of 8,000 rupees course just for a 455. They are giving an offer. join Android app development. One course is there. I'm feeling better. I started already. I'm feeling better that we can follow. That one of the company fellow, working fellow is a tutor. Practically is teaching very good. Mm. So you can join that. Next, do we have any app submission at the end of 100% Kishan? One of the very good question. 100%. You are finally you have to submit me one social relevanted, so society relevanted app. I have told you in first class only. I have told you this assignment is must for everyone, but don't copy from one another. Everyone who should do a individual societal challenge you should take, and you should develop that particular app, and that you should submit as an assignment with photos of the app. 100%. Individual or group, we'll plan it later, man. Don't worry about that. I may think two members. I planned. I should get from HOD permission. I should get. Then I'll tell you. Don't worry about that. Maybe I thought that two members means you will exchange the information. Individually doing means you will do. No one will rectify your mistakes. Yavathe agli, if you work in team, you will learn how to work in team. So that is one important thing which you should know. Huh? Okay, Kishan, got your doubt?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any others? Any doubts are there? Any doubts are there? Yeah, I think you don't have a doubts, right? So how many members are there in a class today? Only 47. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅವರ್ ಅಂತನಾ ಬರೀ 47 ಇದೀರಾ ಇನ್ಯಾರು ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ send your USN quick, send your USN one by one. Sir, if we start early we can work on it. If somebody has an doubt, what is this? Sir, if we start early we can work on it. If it is late then we have to rush on it. What is this? Dakshayani,
ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್.
ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ.
ಈಗ ಈಗಿಂದಾನೇ ಅರ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಲೇಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ರಶ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆತರ ಸರ್.
Yeah, I know. See, within span of 1 week, I am going to give you. I will make the groups and I will give you. Select topic your wise, not an issue. Any societal topic you can select. Okay.
Okay, thank you sir.
Okay. Okay. Any other doubts? Shivani urgent already left. Benakaraj left. Okay.
No sir, no sir.
Benakaraj idana left anta bantu. Shivani ಇದೆಯಾ? Benakaraj idana ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಶಿವಾನಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಶರಣ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್. ಸರ್ ಹೋಗಕ್ ಮುಂಚೆ ಹಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ತೀರಪ್ಪ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ. Okay. Anyway, I think you send your USNs. Over. Send quick USNs. Yeah, I'll stop recording.